There we go. Hello, my name is Zach Neal with Potomac Custom Remodeling. I am here to conduct a repairability assessment for claim. And we have here claim number 0884, D as in David, 732, D as in David. Again, that is claim number. There we go. Claim number 0884, D as in David, 732, D as in David. It is currently 9:18 a.m. and it is a beautiful 73 degrees out here. We are conducting this repairability assessment on this area right over here. I've already marked out for you. So this bottom shingle right here is the shingle I will be removing for the repair assessment. The row above, I will have to manipulate to retrieve the 4 nails in that row, and then that shingle above I will also have to manipulate, as there are 4 shingles in that row as well. There is my tools. So I got the chalk, what I use to write everything out with, a roof snake, which is the preferred tool by State Farm. I've got a shingle here that is a similar, I'm not sure if it's a compatible match, but you know, it's a similar 3-tab shingle. Got my 1¼ roofing nails, and I have my hammer. Okay, so I'll be working in this area. I also have an associate working with me. He'll be holding the camera today for me. So I'm gonna pass you off to him, and I'm gonna set him up in a good spot. Just have a seat right there, and just make sure you can see me. Beautiful, beautiful. I will now be putting on my second glove here to start unsealing the shingles for this process. So that will start by breaking the sealant bonds under each individual shingle. So I will begin with that now. Give me a couple minutes here. Start with the row that the shingle that I'm replacing. Okay. The seal on these shingles is very minimal, unfortunately. Not a great sign. Okay, starting with the second row now. Okay. There we go. Again, sealing isn't exactly doing a great job. They're coming unsealed pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, they're barely sealed to begin with, so making my job a little easier. There we go. And the last row, we'll go ahead and begin. Yeah, I mean, these shingles are barely sealed as is, so they're coming up pretty easily. There we go. All right, all the shingles are unsealed now. So I will go ahead and begin by removing the first row of nails. There will be 4 above here, so I will go ahead and begin that process now. Man, unfortunately we had a bit of a shingle pull over the nail there, so there's a small tear in that shingle now. I'll get a good close-up once I have the shingle fully removed to be able to show you in the video exactly what I'm talking about. Again, we had it happen here as well. The shingle pulled right through the nail. It's not a good sign. Another shingle pulled right through the nail. Again, we're seeing this on these shingles is not a great start, as it's a sign that the shingles are just very brittle and unable to withstand removing a nail. that one came out a little smoother. All right, so that's the first row of 4. I'll now begin on the second row of 4. Here we go. Again, the shingle pulled right through the nail here. Trying to apply as little pressure as I possibly can, but these nails are pulling right through the shingle here. Oh no, that is not a good sign right there. I'll show everything in detail once I get the shingle fully removed, but that is not a good sign on that shingle. We've got a couple tears starting to present themselves once removing the nail. Again, the shingle is just pulling right through the nail. Alright, should be our last nail, I believe. Again, the shingle's just pulling right through the nail. That should be all the nails. All right, so we've got the shingle pulled. Right, I'll come show the video. Here is the current shingle on the roof. We have got this pulled. We will now be beginning the replacement side of things, but before I do that, I'm gonna snag the camera from you, Max. Okay, perfect. So here we go. So just a couple areas of concern. You can see a lot of granules are starting to come down. Hopefully it focuses. It's not going to focus, but hope you can see the amount of granules I have on my arm, my legs. Excuse me. Lots of granular loss. You can also see the beginning of some creasing on these shingles as well. But the main areas for concern are, let me find the exact spot. There's some tearing that was starting to occur around the nail hole. There it is. You can kind of see it there. Hope a little focus. Let it focus, let it focus. It's not going to focus for me, of course. But nonetheless, there is a tear right there. My goodness, why is this not focusing for me? Right there you can see it, even though it's not focused, there's a huge tear just along the nail hole there. So for the sake of the camera not focusing, I'm going to give you back to Max. But I'm going to start by putting this shingle back in its place. So here you are, Max. That's some geese and some little ducklings over there. All right. Here we go. This is the shingle I'll be using in its place. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it up into place now. There we go. Grab my hammer and my roofing nails now. Okay. Now I will begin by putting back the nails as close as I can to the previous spot that it was in. So again, I'll be using my roofing snake to hold the nail. And begin the process of re-nailing this shingle. There's one. 2. And last one for this row. There we go. First row of 4 done. I'll begin on the second row of 4 now. There we go. Like I said, there's some pretty major tears on the nail holes from the previous nails. I'm going to try and put it as close as I can to the prior nail hole, but let's see. And hit the flush. 3 to go. I'm seeing a lot of concerns on the roof that, again, I'll bring the video over to point out. I'm seeing some major signs of creasing as I'm hammering, and the nails or the granules are starting to go away. Last nail, and then I'll bring that camera over to show some of my findings. Okay. That is 8 nails to the new shingle. Okay. So, grab this chalk. Grab that video. Okay, so this is the new shingle put in its place. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a uniformity problem, but that's not the major concern here. The big concern we have here is major creasing. I'm not sure why my phone is not focusing, but this is outrageous. There we go. So, as you can see, right along there is a major crease starting to form, and it's all the way across the shingle. You can see it really heavily in the middle there. When I flip that up, major creasing all the way across. Same thing starting to form on the edge there. It's not as prevalent across the top, but you can definitely see it, especially right there. That is major creasing. This one is probably the worst of them. You can see right there at the top, that is in major crease starting to form, which is a huge problem for the integrity of the roof, because that shingle with the next windstorm could just be gone. This shingle held up all right. Not too bad. But then again, we get up here and it's again a horrible crease all the way across. Starting here really deep, a really deep and heavy crease. And then it's all the way across the top of the shingle. Let's see with this one. Yep, same thing. Starting to form heavily across the middle and all the way across. Just a terrible crease. And then let's see on this one. Okay, not terrible creasing on this one. But again, you can see it starting to form on this corner here. When you lift that up, that line starts to form. Again, not terrible, but the main concern is this, and this. Major, major creasing. I'm gonna try and attempt to show you this tear. Hopefully it focuses for me this time. There we go. You can see right there, a major tear. I couldn't even nail around it because I didn't want to tear the shingle apart. But let's check underneath. I mean, you can just see the sealant strips were completely gone. Oh, I apologize. You can see the sealant strips were just completely gone on these shingles. I mean, there was no way they were sealed tightly at all. And you can see on the new shingle, they're very pliable, lifts right up. However, that is not okay with the lack of sealant there. However, because of the extreme granular loss, I mean, I'm covered in these granules just from them falling off the roof or the shingle themselves. Because all this creasing, oh, let me get you to focus up. Oh, take that for me. Just tap it. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, sorry, I'm wearing gloves. It doesn't work too well. But all this creasing here, which is somewhat hard to see from a higher angle because of the lack of granules anyway. But as soon as you get close, you start to see those lines. All that's going to happen is every shingle that is repaired is going to cause the same issue to every shingle around it. And as that happens, basically what's going to occur is, based off the couple shingles that were being replaced, you're going to damage, well, just with this one being replaced alone, we damaged 3 shingles. So that right there is a terrible cascading effect. And for that reason, I unfortunately have to fail this repair assessment due to creasing and extreme granular loss. I mean, if we were to do this to other areas of the roof, I mean, this would just cause more problems for the homeowner. So again, I have to fail this repair assessment. And again, I'm failing the repair assessment for claim number 0884, D as in David, 732, D as in David. Again, I have to fail that repair assessment that was just conducted for claim number 0884, D as in David, 732, D as in David. I am Zach Neal with Potomac Custom Remodeling. I thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.